Hi, Megan.
Hi.
So I know it's been a bit since we did this.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of a confession to make.
Yes.
So we had that big vacation we went on, and I wanted to do something for you. And it didn't work out. I went to Disney World. I looked everywhere I could. Couldn't find it. And then I got sick.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I had a really bad cold for like 2 weeks.
I remember.
I had trouble speaking because it would just send me into a coughing fit, and I missed some time at work. And then the holidays kind of got into everything, and then everything got back away from me. So I'm sorry. I wanted to find the lost city of Rixus for you, but I couldn't. So
That's really all right.
can you help me find it? Because apparently I can't do that on my own.
Sure.
All right, we're in this together. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Start to Finish for Skies of Arcadia. It's summer somewhere. It's very cold. It's like, what, 19 degrees outside right now?
That's what it was when we woke up, and it's only been a couple hours, so I can't think it's much more than that.
If it was Celsius, it would, I don't know. It might still suck. I have no idea.
I mean, it's still below freezing, so...
Not in Celsius. No, Celsius, it'd be fairly warm.
What? No.
19 degrees Celsius. I'm making a Celsius and Fahrenheit reference here because those are separate things.
Oh, I see.
Because 0 in Celsius is freezing.
I thought you were saying, like, somehow if we were in a country that used Celsius, it would somehow be warmer outside.
No. I mean, depending which one we were in.
Okay, follow the Golden Man.
All right, we need to follow this Golden Man. The Golden Man was not in Disney World.
No, he was not. I think last time it wouldn't let us find it because we hadn't hit the plot yet. See, go... Okay, see? There it is. How long did we try to do this last time? We weren't allowed to yet, is the problem.
It's a robot. We have found the gates of Rixus.
Well, I'll just mark that off the list then.
We could just start with one of these. A huge stone face that stands quietly
What
buried
is this
deep
voice?
in the forest of Ixataka.
Is this what you've been doing?
It's the same voice I use for all of the
Are you sure? I don't remember this.
100%. Fade, back me up. The stones have been fitted so tightly together that not even an insect could crawl between them. It is a remnant of an ancient civilization.
I'm gonna call bullshit. I bet insects can crawl between those stones.
Let's find out.
Ika, get in there.
That's a very mean thing to
I
say.
know. I don't quite know why I don't know why I would
like
pick on
Ika.
her that way.
We like Ika.
Margot,
Ika's-
get in there.
There you go. We don't have him. He's not here.
I
He's
know,
somewhere
but
else.
He's somewhere being miserable.
Okay. Let's save over slot number 1. Always save in a different slot, kids. I'm 36 years old, and I've had to replay entire swaths of games before. It appears we are going on the Jungle Cruise.
This doesn't look foreboding at all.
I'm afraid there's nothing here. This map isn't filled in, but
And we can't have that.
this is always irritating me. I feel like I'm playing Etrian Odyssey, but I'm not playing Etrian Odyssey because I haven't died. Wait, there's something here. Come here.
There
Come
it is. There, you were on it.
Oh, this is a very wide range of movement.
Okay.
Cham.
We have to feed our Pokemon.
A Pokemon. 1. Cupel Sword.
That
Also
sounds
has a
alright.
seed here. Vigor. I'm going to give that to Ika. These are just some fish. Those are my crystals. Alright. I don't have any more seeds. Seeds improve our stats permanently. Quite nice. Let's not touch it. I'm going to make it do the thing first. I mean, I will... This seems pretty open. There have been... Alright, look. There have been some very large bugs in the world of Skies of Arcadia.
It's true. Maybe they don't have, like, ants here.
Some as big as a man. And
Maybe
then
that's
riding
the
on the
problem.
man.
Yeah, they're talking about those weird zombie beetles, not... Oh, okay.
What
So
did you just do?
My bottom lip touched the microphone and I got shocked.
Ah.
So, Disney World. We were in Disney World for the first part of the month.
Yeah.
We're doing things.
Putting gems in. We put a lot of gems in Disney World.
And, yeah, lots of gems in Disney World. One thing I had kind of forgotten about, because, we live in the Midwest. And so I'm not used to my hair being a frizzy nightmare in December. But you go to Disney World in December, and your hair will be a frizzy nightmare.
It's full of spiders!
They've
been trying to get out!
I always forget that it spins. I always expect the mouth to open.
Me too.
And now those little things have open mouths too.
That did not play the Zelda jingle, and I legitimately thought the game was broken. That stopped. I was expecting that, and it didn't happen. It's like, oh, jeez, is the sound not coming through?
No, it's a different game.
All right, well, this looks weird.
Something I don't miss that about Florida. Bye. I don't miss frizzy nightmare hair.
No.
Something I do miss is not getting shocked on every available surface. I swear it's not just metal. I touch anything and I get zapped. I might actually be a Spider-Man villain.
Welcome to a level from Turok. You can tell because of the fog. That's a reference to a bad video game, kids. City of Mist. The city of Mesa Verde National Park.
Mesa Verde is awesome.
It is.
They were constantly out of breath. I mean, this high up, they were probably like...
Oh, as seen here.
They probably
it's
absorbed...
not frozen in time. It's just dead.
Yeah.
That's different. That's a different thing.
Calm down, calm down. She's not familiar with your Earth
Is she not familiar with the concept of, like, mortality?
She's not familiar with your Earth similes. And it's pissing me off.
Oh, I missed you, Aika. Yes, that is...
That's all. That's just a good way to
We
live
can go
your life.
back. I know where he is. He does not have an advanced AI routine. He will be where we left him.
I mean, slapping dirty old men silly is just a good way to live your life.
Hi.
I do like how when it was coming in, his stick was moving a little as kind of a tell that, hey, this isn't a statue.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Nice. I love the dramatic flash there.
It could have just been pixels, but it still worked.
Is a ghost.
You beat me to it.
She doesn't understand mortality. That makes so much sense.
She just doesn't understand ghosts. That's different.
Like spiders and politics.
Number 3 is Vice.
Dirty old ghosts.
Oh, we'll be cursed. Just take the elevator back down and let Vice deal with it himself.
That'll be all bugs and that weird value.
No insects can't get in here. Remember they said.
No, if she waits down. So we opened the door.
Oh right. All the spiders just came pouring in.
Okay. I'm here for treasure and bug murder. And I'm all out of sorts.
I could not wait to see where you were going with that.
All right, how's this game work? Oh, good. Oh, I've got 8 SP. You're fucked now.
It's been like a month and a half. Do you think I have any idea what this is?
We recorded right before Thanksgiving because we were talking mess about Yule logs. Because we started talking about,
Matt discovered he's not the only person who didn't know that was a cake.
Yeah, I really enjoyed all of those responses. Because I'm not an idiot in that specific sense. All right, Meghan, how great was Disney World? We have a lot of random encounters to get through, and I actually had people tell me that they were excited for us to go to Disney World because we would tell them about it when we got back. So,
Disney World was so great, you guys.
It was fantastic.
It was all done up for Christmas, and at night they would have like Elsa come out and wave her arms around in front of the castle, and then it would have all icicle lights.
That was just remarkable to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those platforms we rode up. See?
So it is.
See?
Yeah, no,
That's
I see.
cool.
And we saw Santa from a fair distance away. And what happened that was cool?
What were we doing the first day?
The first day we got
While
up.
these totem poles murder me.
The first day we got up entirely too early to get on an airplane. Did not sleep on said airplane, and then felt kind of sick for the rest of the day.
Let's talk about how early was too early.
Well, so the flight left at like 5:30 in the AM. So we actually had a friend drop us off at an airport hotel the night before because the airport's like an hour away, and we didn't want to, we didn't want to pay to park for that long. We didn't want to ask anyone we knew to get up that early to drive us to the airport.
No, because they would not have.
And we didn't trust being able to get an Uber or anything that early.
Or a Lyft. We don't use Uber.
Or, hell, a taxi.
Or a taxi.
So yeah, we had a friend drive us out to an airport hotel to use their shuttle. So that we got up at like 3, and the shuttle left at 4, and then we sat around in the airport for a while because I don't know if you've ever been to an airport at 4:30 in the morning, but there's not a whole lot of people there.
Not a lot, and there's even less happening at the Kansas City airport, which does not have a lot happening at any given moment.
I've seen KCI get crowded, but
oh, I just mean as far as like anything to do or anything to see once you're there.
There is fuck all to do.
That's a bad airport.
They're
gonna
redo
stranded
it.
At.
Yeah. Oh, it's great if that's where you are. If that's your final destination.
Oh yeah.
Because it is like you come out the gate, you walk 100 yards, and there's baggage claim, and then the door is behind you.
And it's not bad if that's like a quick layover for you, because I remember I've never had to switch planes here because it's always been a destination. But I was talking, so we're watching Lambda Burst. I know that I had back in the midst of time when I had a connecting flight in Chicago to get to here from DC. I had like 45 minutes to make it from gate to gate, and it took that much time to make it across the airport. And I can only imagine what it would have been like at a place where you have to like take a shuttle to get to another set of gates. But yeah, so airport essentially empty.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Nothing was open, like the Starbucks wasn't open, so I couldn't get a coffee.
A lot of people with Disney-related things on them, though, because if you were going to Orlando that early in the morning, you were probably going for a specific reason.
Yeah. But flight was fine, as flights go, but we couldn't sleep.
No.
I have only attempted to sleep on an airplane 2 or 3 times, and it's never worked. I don't fly very often, so I'm kind of a nervous flyer. And it's not even once we get up and it's smooth and I'm calm, you can't sleep. It's so bloody uncomfortable. So we did not sleep on the plane. We listened to podcasts, and I watched some Midsummer Murders on my tablet, and I don't know what you did.
I played a little Hyrule Warriors.
And,
did not involve using my brain, which is good because I didn't have one at that time.
And then we got on the Disney bus, which felt like not only the complete other end of the airport, but like it felt like we crossed town. Orlando Airport is very big.
I think the Fitbit told me I had 4,000 steps before we made it before we were out of the airport.
Oh, it felt like when we walked from when we took the bus from New Jersey into Port Authority, and then you had to walk to the subway station inside Port Authority, which is so far away, it feels like you're walking back to New Jersey. But anyway, so we stayed at the Grand Floridian, which is exactly as shishi as it sounds, but we saved up for a long time to be able to go there because it's the big fancy one, and I've always wanted to stay there, and it was lovely.
And this is our 10-year anniversary.
This is our 10-year
Make
anniversary.
a big deal out of this.
And there are just Christmas trees everywhere, and the whole hotel smelled of gardenias. It was great.
Okay, 4-story high one in the foyer.
Mm-hmm. And there was a life-size gingerbread house that had people in it who were willing to sell you more gingerbread, except the line was always real long. And spoiler alert, if you go in the gift shop, they're selling the same stuff in there. And a monorail stop right outside, and just fun.
Oh, yeah, just
And it was
stunningly beautiful.
It was hot the first day. It was like 83. And then after that, I only wore shorts a couple of days while we were there. I wore jeans most of the time. We did get in the pool one day.
We went for a walk around afterwards, so like I'm in a t-shirt and trunks, and you're in your bathing suit with shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's December, and we're walking around outside like it was. And I think on my phone, I always wanted to see what the weather was
right
back home here, and so like I think repeatedly on that walk, it's like it's 24 degrees.
It's 40 degrees warmer here. I did wear jeans most of the time, but that's not to say it was cold. There were a couple of nights where it dipped into the 40s. But, no, most of the time during the day it was in the 60s.
This is a big sloth we're fighting.
I know, he seems fine.
Uh-oh. Dunk!
Except for the fact that he causes earthquakes.
No, he's actually a real problem.
Well, maybe if you hadn't bothered him, he was just sitting here, chilling.
That hurt.
I would have came up and started sticking swords into him.
Deal.
So yeah, the first day we just sort of relaxed around the hotel. We attempted to go to Disney Springs, but travel tends to give me a headache, especially flying with the pressure changes. And when you get up that early, you just kind of feel ill. Even if you take a nap, which we did do. We took like a 2-hour nap, but you just don't feel good when you get up that early. So
yeah, and I mean, naps do not make up for a bad night's sleep.
No. So we just kind of chilled out around the hotel that first day.
Yeah,
Not that was bad, because again, lovely hotel. Day 2, first full day, we went to the Magic Kingdom. We were there at Rope Drop. It was great.
Yes. And that's, if you've never been, I've done this before.
Give us your blessing.
That's the one with the big Cinderella castle in the center and everything, and almost every iconic Disney World ride you've heard of is at the Magic Kingdom.
Well,
Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, It's a Small World.
Disneyland and Walt Disney World share a lot of the same rides.
Right.
So,
But that's why I said Disney World.
I know. That's where we have never been to Disneyland. My dad just got back from there, actually. My dad's wife has my stepmom has a really remarkable talent for winning contests.
Yes.
It's every time we go over to there see them, it's like, oh, Dana won this and that. Usually it's small stuff like, movie tickets or concert tickets or what have you, but she's won a car before. So this is a remarkable talent that she has.
That's a lot.
No, that Kia minivan they used to have, she won that from a radio station.
Have you ever won a contest?
Probably.
I have won one contest.
What was that?
It was a McDonald's ride-in thing. It was a million years ago, as you'll hear when you hear what I won. But
Excuse me.
you had
tickle.
a chance to win a game, and I did. Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Nice.
Asked me if I had a Genesis.
Did you have a Genesis?
Nope. Traded that for NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Let me tell you, that's a better game. Where am I? I think I went the wrong way. Okay.
Do you think I have any idea?
Hang on. I need to get up there. Are these steps to go up? Nope. Oh, I'm sitting kind of far away. know where I am. I think maybe if I have made 0 progress.
I've probably won something.
But yeah, so I don't win contests, which is not. I'm not upset with people who do.
But yeah,
but
it's
that's
like
very funny.
I'm sure I have won some small thing now and again. Oh, I remember once when I was a teenager, a friend of mine and I just dropped our names in a drawing to get a free photo session at Glamour Shots. Remember that?
I do.
I won that. That was when I was a teenager. But no, I've never won anything.
Like significant.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, so Dana won tickets to Disneyland for this time of year. It's like usually when you win a trip you have dates, but this was like a thing to go to Disneyland for Christmas. It was like one day in each park. So she and my dad
And what are the Disneyland parks?
There's only 2. There's Disneyland proper and there's California Adventure.
Okay.
There might be a water park, but I'm not sure. So they got like, they were there for 4 days, and they had tickets for one. You know, it's like arrive, one park, next park, come back. So, but a couple nights in one of the original hotels. I'm not sure which one, but and they my half sister and half brother. So they had a great time. But
not as good a time as we did because we were there forever.
My sister was saying, or my stepmom was saying, the kids were like, they like Disney World better.
Well, it's separate from everything. It's this whole, you're going into like this whole weird separate world.
Yeah, and that was...
which is awesome.
Little Disney history here. So I've never been to Disneyland, but I've heard this, and my dad and stepmom backed this up, is... First of all, Disneyland is wonderful. They had nothing but good things to say, but...
And that's the first one. That predates Disney World.
Yes, that predates Disney World by a fair margin. Disneyland opened in sometime in the 50s, I believe. And it was also the first real theme park. Prior to that, it was like sort of... it was more traveling carnivals, or you'd have like when you go to the boardwalk and there's a roller coaster and just like Coney Island.
Yeah.
The idea of a thematically structured park with that kind of rides and everything, and it's just stable and it's there all the time. And certainly not to have these themed lands where everything sort of meshes together. That was unheard of. So Disneyland invented that concept. Hey, what's up? Hey, buddy. You can listen. It's cool.
He's like, oh.
He wants to hear about Disneyland.
Tell me about It's a Small World.
No, you don't need to know about that. You are not ready to hear about It's a Small World.
You think you're afraid now? We did that once 10 years ago. Never have to again.
Whatever. I've been on it twice. So you have to do It's a Small World once. It's required.
I think this is just back to the beginning. So
Whoops.
No, actually, no, it's cool. It's not going to leave without me.
That's true.
He says, hopefully.
So since this was a totally new concept, you learn some things in the execution. And yeah, he bought enough land in California to... Am I not interesting enough for you?
No, I'm making... That is the face that I make when a sloth attacks me when I get off the stupid elevator.
He was waiting for you.
He was. I'm sorry.
So he bought... No, it's okay. So they had enough land to build Disney World, or Disneyland, so he just built it right there. And what happened in the ensuing time, as you'd expect, is since Disneyland became massively popular, all the land on the approach to it got bought up and people started building things like motels and, McDonald's and all this sort of thing. So the road into Disneyland was lined with cheap motels and fast food restaurants and gas stations and things that are not exactly simpatico with the Disney immersion experience. And Walt Disney really didn't like that. He thought it detracted, these eyesores basically were detracting from the lead-in to the magic he was trying to create. So when it came time to build Disney World, he basically bought a town. Disney World's property is 10 square miles. And it is at least. And there's a lot. If you've ever been there, there's a lot of land that's undeveloped.
Yeah.
That they own. And you come in on
They have their own cops.
Yeah, the Reedy Creek Business
It's
District.
weird.
There's some shady things that Walt Disney managed to get from the state of Florida and the city of Orlando. Disney World is almost autonomous.
Yeah, sleeping enemies. I got time to... Oh, I woke one up. Oh, because he's confused.
Oh, it's very confusing.
It's fine. It's fine. I forgot. He's awake. Man, I don't get to do anything when I wake up from being asleep.
I mean, you probably don't want to be woken up like this.
This is a problem.
It's all
right,
very
confused
confusing.
lasts for one round.
So yeah, to get into Disney World proper, you enter through a gate on the highway. And from that point on, you're still like a mile out from the Magic Kingdom when you go through the entrance to Disney World. And there, at that point, there is nothing you see that is not owned by Disney World. They have their own highway signs. It's just, I mean, you're on their roads at that point. So, you know, there's pros and cons to that certainly, but it's an immersive experience. You're not gonna see. Thanks, Drachma.
I hate confuse. Oh, no, I just woke you up. I think that's a huge Yep.
Is that a heal?
That is a regen while he is asleep. And I think his is a lot bigger than my 200.
Aw.
Yeah, it's twice that. Don't worry.
Just healed his feet though.
We're fine. Drachma's still confused. Stop hitting Vise. Alright, so we're in the Magic Kingdom.
So we're in the Magic Kingdom, and it's great. And when you do, so they don't, for rope drop at the Magic Kingdom, they don't hold you at the gate. You can still, you know, scan your band and go in, and you can go in Main Street, and all the stores are open. And I'm not sure how long prior to park opening Main Street opens up, but it's like an hour at least. They hold you in front of the castle, basically. So you can't get on any rides, basically. They hold you before all the rides. But you can go shopping, and there's like a little show that takes place on Main Street with dancers and everything. And then you get in front of the castle, and they do the whole opening where Guy comes out, and then Mickey comes out, and all these various characters come out and dance around, and then they shoot off a little bit of fireworks, and now you can go get on rides. It's really fun.
It was a great way to start a Tuesday.
And then we hauled ass to Winnie the Pooh.
But what are the highlights? What were the big things from that first day?
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. That is a... Oh, hang on. I got an Eye of Truth. I'll check that out. That was... They were building that 5 years ago when we were there. It was about to open, but had not yet.
Mm-hmm.
So this was... Protects against confusion. I might want to put that. I might want to put that on somebody. But that's so good. Oh. Here, she can have that. She goes first. And so that's not an especially intense roller coaster, which is good because I don't like roller coasters. But
It's
oh
not.
my goodness, what a fun time that was!
It is not without its thrills. It's one of those where it's got some, I would say, mid-size. If you were a,
it turns well.
It has a lot of turns. It's great because, and I didn't notice this until like at one point on the ride when we had we'd slowed down at one point, and I noticed that our cars were rocking. It does a lot of cornering, but it's very smooth because the car that you're sitting in actually rocks on the base, so you're not getting tossed around so much because the entire car is swinging. There's a picture of me, my favorite picture that was taken the whole trip. It's such a good picture. So when you have those magic band things, which Disney sends to you, and they function as your room, you know, it's RFID and it scans, it functions as your room key and your park tickets and all this. Well, when the ride takes pictures of you, it is somehow able to sync the picture it took to your magic band, even without you having to scan anything, just with you being on the ride, which is a little creepy.
A little bit.
Especially because it didn't seem to work on Buzz Lightyear, and we kept getting pictures of people who weren't us.
They look like they were having fun.
Yeah, they do. But, so one of the pictures that it took on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I am like, hands up, big smile, yelling in glee. I look like I'm having the time of my freaking life. And Matt is next to me, hunkered down in the car.
I'm focused.
look of grim determination.
Come back.
He looks like he's defusing a bomb. It's my favorite picture that was taken the entire trip. That's pretty much how we both respond to roller coasters.
Yes, I am paying attention because I'm going to die. And not dying is a hobby of mine.
And I am in one of my rare moments of gleeful abandon. Other highlights, Haunted Mansion, as always. Haunted Mansion is so fun. Pirates, of course.
I was worried. I was a little worried about Haunted Mansion. I felt like it's starting to feel a little rickety.
Yeah, Haunted Mansion is starting to get stuck more often. They need to maybe give that thing a renovation. We managed to get on Space Mountain this time.
Oh, do we have a... I also rode Space Mountain.
Yeah,
I did not like Space Mountain.
Not so much because it didn't scare you, though.
Zivelin Bane.
Actually, I did not have a...
Zivelin Bane.
Hi, Zivelin Bane. I like Space Mountain, but I didn't have a great time. I guess I'm getting old because it throws you around a lot.
Yeah.
Like, my
that
neck
sucked for me.
My neck hurt
Mine too.
when that was over, and that didn't happen before, so maybe we're now too old for Space Mountain, but Space Mountain also breaks a lot, so...
Yes. Yeah, and not knowing where the ride is going, of course, is what gives it its thrill.
Right.
And that first bit when you're coming in and it opens up and you see all the stars around, that was incredible. And had it gone, I don't know, like 5 miles an hour slower, that may have been like my favorite ride. But as it was, I didn't like it at all. And I felt kind of ill getting off of it.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I wanted to do it because I didn't do it
You don't have to do it
before.
again.
I don't intend to.
Part of the issue with Space Mountain is that it's a wooden roller coaster, which I had forgotten, and a wooden coaster is always going to be a more rickety ride. It's just part of what it does. Space Mountain, if you don't know, it's a wild mouse coaster, which, look up pictures of those. They're kiddie coasters. They go around. It's supposed to feel like kind of an out of control, like, oh god, we're going around this really tight turn, but it's not, they don't bank. It's not those smooth turns. It's just you go to one side and then you quick corner and go around the other, you know. The idea is it's like a little wild mouse skittering around. So Ika's almost dead.
Yep. That grenade attack he does is a thing. Cool. You know what else is a thing? Cutlass Fury.
Yay!
You know what else is a thing? Hang on. I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
Tackle.
Let's try this.
Yay!
Healing's also good.
Yep. But so a wild mouse coaster is a kiddie coaster. But when you put one in the dark,
Yeah.
it becomes a lot more. And that
You have
probably
no idea where the track is.
it feels faster because you can't see where you are. You don't have anything to mark off of. But I think because you can't see the track, so you don't know where you're going, so you don't have any chance to subconsciously prepare for the turn you're about to make. So it catches you by surprise, and so I think it jolts you more. And, you know, we are now in our late 30s, and it's harder to recover from those sorts of things.
Yeah. Like, I have back problems.
I know. Oh, it sucks getting older.
And my neck is also weird. I have a weird nerve issue in my neck.
I'm sorry.
No, but, like, that didn't exacerbate it or anything. It just threw me around a lot. Take that, Zivelin Bane. Give me the
I went on
golden
Splash
mask.
Mountain by myself because Matt doesn't like it.
I don't like big drops. The only
so
drops,
much fun, though.
The only drop I like is in Clearest Blue.
Ha 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 ha. That's a song.
It is.
He's talking about a beat drop, not a...
Thank you for explaining that for everybody. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
That's what I'm here for. Over-explaining. We met a bunch of characters. So we actually stood in line to meet a lot more characters this time around.
Yes.
And I chalk that up to two things. One, we are older and no longer give a shit.
Yes.
As in, it's not... Before, it was like, oh, I don't want to be the... Oh, okay, looking around. No, we're not the only people in this line without kids. Okay, it's fine. We're not weird. Now it's like, whatever, y'all. I'm going to meet Goofy. And another thing, even from 5 years ago, there were a lot of people in Disney World who did not have kids.
Yeah.
Didn't have kids with them, at least. And that's a change even from 5 years ago. I mean, there's always, you know, they do big business in weddings and all that. So there's always people around who don't have kids with them, but they're the minority. This time it was almost 50-50. So we were far from the only people in line, even to meet the face characters, like the princesses, the characters you can actually talk to. We weren't even the only people in line to do that.
Which I felt like it was kind of a better experience than the...
You don't feel like a...
No. Talking to the face characters.
Oh, yeah.
Having a conversation was good.
I met Rapunzel.
Yes. And a lot of people on here know that Rapunzel is your online handle.
It is my online handle, because if I let my hair grow... my nickname as a child was Rapunzel, because if I let my hair grow, it grows down to my butt.
And that's what you did for... You had your hair that long from... It had already been that long for a while when I knew you.
Yeah, I cut it once, so it was that long pretty much. I did not have a haircut, I don't think, until I was 10 years old. Because my mom just let it grow, and then I liked having it that long. Because if you can grow your hair that long, why wouldn't you? So I got it cut when I was in elementary school and had it varying lengths from about 4th grade through freshman year of high school. And then in my sophomore year, I went, I'm growing it long again. So I did. And then I had, just ass-length hair until I was like, you were out here.
Oh, yeah, I'd been out here for a bit.
So I,
We were well established.
Yeah, I had, I think I'd graduated college before I cut it again.
Yes.
And since then...
It was the first year I was out here because it was in that the first pictures of you with short hair with shoulder length was in that first apartment.
Yeah. I have a long neck, so I can't cut my hair too short. Like, I really can't go really above my shoulders. I think it looks weird if I do that. I start to look like disproportionate.
I've been trying to get you to cut your hair short forever.
Which I don't want to do. I don't. Okay, he wants me to get like a pixie cut, which part of me loves the idea, but I think my features are too strong for it. I don't have very delicate features. I take after my father, so I have just a stronger face, and my ears kind of stick out, which is okay now because they blend in with my hair and they make a great place to wear earrings now. But I think if I cut my hair too short, everything would look a little too prominent. Plus, I'd have to keep getting it cut to maintain that length. And I get my hair cut, no joke, once a year.
That is true.
But anyway, so I had to meet Rapunzel, and I told her all about, the fact that I had to meet Rapunzel because I'm also a Rapunzel, and I wore my Rapunzel t-shirt, and it was fun.
That was awesome.
And I also met Tiana because she was in the same room, and that was a little awkward because I haven't seen that movie. She was great. There's the thing about Disney. I mean, say what you want, pros and cons to everything, and I know that for people who want thrill rides, Disney World doesn't have too much to offer them. But they are so good at what they do. So...
Oh, the atmosphere is incredible, and that's what I come to it for, because I don't like thrill rides. I know for so many people, like Paramount King's Dominion was where a lot of my friends groups, I grew up in Virginia, and a lot of people that I knew that loved roller coasters wanted to go to King's Dominion all the time. And so I never went with them because I don't like roller coasters. And there's nothing, if you don't like roller coasters, there's nothing else there for you.
Aww.
But because that's what it's there for.
Right.
So, but Disney World has so much of a focus on the atmosphere and the theming and the overall decorations where you're not just in a place where you can get popcorn and then go throw it all up into a bin in a few minutes when you go on a big roller coaster. You can go have
I mean, you can do that if you want to.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the Animal Kingdom Park in a minute. But no, you can go have this cool experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very... It's just, that's what it is. But yeah, it's like, I go up to Tiana, it's like, okay, so I haven't seen your movie, and that wasn't... I never, on purpose didn't see Princess and the Frog. There were just a handful, kind of a big handful of Disney movies that I just haven't gotten around to. That I need to remedy, but, Netflix is a little... You can't just rent shit from Blockbuster anymore, and Netflix is a little hit and miss on what it has, so... I haven't even seen Toy Story 3 yet. Isn't that pathetic? My brothers, who are
Well, they have small children. They have
They
seen
have small children.
every Disney movie.
And that's the funny thing is, I'm the Disney fan, and my brothers have seen, I think, probably more Disney movies than I have now because they have daughters. But anyway, it's like I said, it's like, so I haven't seen movies. It's like, oh, it's like you'd never think. When we say, we would feel awkward in line being the only ones without kids, Disney was not doing that.
No.
Even when, that first time when we were 28 years old on our honeymoon and went to meet Mickey, and then we were the only people in the line without kids. And they were... Disney is not making you feel awkward. It's you making yourself feel awkward. And now you don't have to worry that other people in line are judging you because there's just as many people there without kids as you. And like I said, I'm also too old to care. So that's a plus to the upper 30s as you start to feel like I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not hurting anybody, so you guys can go hang. So anyway, that was the Magic Kingdom.
No, it's not. 'Cause then there was a parade.
Oh, the parade.
That's why I had you talk.
Okay.
So I was like, you gotta hit the big highlight.
I know.
The biggest
So,
highlight of all.
When you go, if you are celebrating anything at Disney World, either at check-in, if you check in at the desk, which now you can check in ahead of time, and they'll just text you when your room is ready, so you never have to talk to a human.
Which,
it's great because you don't have to wait in line.
that's kind of how I do my work.
Yeah, you can just stash your bags at Bell Services and go get something to eat, and then you'll get a text when your room is ready, and you don't have to wait in a line, And when you get there that early, it's also pretty great. So yes, they have the Festival of Fantasy Parade, which I'm usually not much for parades, but Disney's so good at them. And I also wanted to see it because this is the one you may have seen, if you haven't, look it up, with the big, steampunk dragon.
Yeah.
Which must have been broken that day because we didn't see the dragon.
No. I guess it has a problem where it catches on fire.
It
every
only
now
did
and
that
then.
once.
Well, maybe that's why they're taking it down, to make sure it does not catch on fire again.
It did about a year ago, I think, in the parade. It set itself on fire because it breathes fire. And it's some of the fabric
And the wind
around-
pushes the fire backwards. Oh, no.
I think they fixed that. But
There
so-
we go. That is a 100% success rate on a reviving spell. So I've been working on silver
That's
this
handy.
entire time. All right, let's go over here.
So if you are celebrating something, which you go to, you either get them at the front desk in your hotel, or you go to City Hall in the Magic Kingdom, and you get your celebration. You get your celebration button. They have these for newlyweds. They have anniversary specific ones, which is what we got. Our actual anniversary was in October, but this was our anniversary trip, so we figured it was okay. They have them for birthday. They have them for first visit. And then they have just generic celebrating buttons for all the other stuff. So we had our anniversary buttons on there, and they wrote on there, our names in 10 years. And the Disney staff is trained to keep a lookout for these buttons. So you will have people telling you congratulations every time you get in line for something because they'll notice your buttons.
Which feels great.
Yes. The characters do this too, which you expect when you are in line. You don't expect it when they're currently doing something, say performing in a parade.
Yes.
So we got seats on Main Street, and we were only 2 people back from the curb, and you are right up on these parade floats. And we were also up a little bit because we were sitting on the fence. And so Mickey and Minnie come by in their big float, and they're elevated a little bit, and they're waving to the crowd, and you don't really feel like they're paying attention to anybody. I mean, I wouldn't be. But Minnie points at me and makes a heart with her hands because she saw the button.
And it was the greatest thing that has ever happened
I
to
know.
anyone ever.
She saw the buttons. And so then when we met her in Epcot the next day, we said, so that was us, and she was just like, I'll get to that.
Real quick, if anyone is thinking that I am lost, I heard a moonfish I thought I heard a moonfish squawking earlier. Megan, can you check and see if there's a moonfish in this first part here? Because I got a cham earlier, and I thought I heard a moonfish beeping, but I may have just heard a cham beeping. I appreciate you checking this because I want to make sure that I don't waste my time. But I thought I heard something. I got 2 moonberries. I think I'm just kind of holding out. Yeah, that's good. I don't want it.
There is one here. It says, towards the end of the area filled with moving platforms, there's one platform sitting against the side of a ruined building that's actually part of a chain of platforms that take you back to the beginning.
Okay. That is good.
Okay.
So what I heard earlier was a cham, and I saw that platform earlier, and I'm going to it now.
Okay.
Great. So, yeah,
Moonfish comes into range right before you step on the first platform.
I've done nothing wrong then. All right.
Also, the Tangled float in that parade had these big parts on it that would swing, so the actors that were standing on it were actually making it swing, and it looked really fun.
That looked like a great time.
Also, the reason that Rapunzel, this is not opinion, this is a statement of fact. Rapunzel and Flynn are the best Disney couple.
Yes.
And I have figured out why. It's because they're much more flirtatious with each other than any of the other couples, and I know why this is. It's because at no point in Tangled does Rapunzel ever get formal. She's never in a ball gown. So you may have
the
noticed...
closest she comes is when they do up her hair because it keeps getting caught on stuff when they get into the city.
And even then, it's this big giant braid, and it's got flowers all stuck in it.
And then she's immediately dancing like a loon, and it's fantastic.
She's barefoot for the entire movie. So, but you'll notice with the other Disney princesses, they all get fancy in their movies. And so when they appear in...
Whoops.
Oh, yeah, there it was.
And back. But I think now I can stand on it and find... There it is!
Get it! Yeah, it's right before you get on the...
Blort.
Yay! But so every other princess who ends up in a ball gown at some point in her movie, then when you see them in the parks and on the merchandise, that's the dress they're in. Now, when you were in a ball gown, it lends an air of formality, I think, to all of your proceedings. It wouldn't seem, I think...
Hello, sir.
Oh, he's right here. You know, formal wear means you are now behaving a bit formally, whereas Rapunzel, who is literally barefoot the entire movie, I think it allows them to be a little freer, and that makes it fun.
Yeah.
Next time on our travelogue, Epcot Center. Actually, it's not Epcot Center anymore, it's just Epcot.
Was it Epcot Center before?
When it first opened, yeah. It was Epcot Center for a long time.
Where does this go? Oh, that's not connected. What do you have to say for yourself, friend? I'm also checking for treasure.
It's very nice of him to just, like, wait there for you.
Yeah.
So the next day we went to Epcot. Matt went on Soarin'. I went and had a nice breakfast because I don't like dangling.
Soarin' is great. Soarin' is... I mean, I'm going to say that no ride is worth the waits that you can get in Disney World. But the fun part about Soarin' is when you go there and there is no wait, you are just running through a line. That queue, because they do things to try and make their queues interesting. It's huge. Goes forever. Like, I was winded at the end of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun when you just have to walk through an empty queue and it's really long.
Like I know where to get this guy.
The inexplicably long Little Mermaid queue.
But so you're okay, so I need to lure him into the center. I've got to corner him, which I kind of know. You can see the layout, and what I need to do is I'm going to get him over into the middle there, which he is now, and then if I approach from this angle, I will pin him in that left slot. But it's a suspended ride, and you're looking at a big screen, and the ride moves around a little bit as you as if you are flying over all of these beautiful areas. And it's fun. It's fairly short. All of those are pretty short. But It's really good, and you don't like being suspended.
I don't like being suspended.
Which is fair.
I need to be able to rest my feet on something. So,
Oops.
so yeah, I have chickened out of Soarin' twice, and I finally comes to terms with the fact that that is just not ride design that I'm going to enjoy. Then there's Test Track. Test Track is fun because you go real fast.
Yes. With the idea there that you are making our beautiful baby boy, our beautiful car,
Your design in the
my adorable pink flowery child
in the
with
lead-in,
the giant wheels and very energy efficient and very hideous.
you are using these kiosks to design your car, and the idea is as you go through the parts of the ride that are then testing it, you see how your design did against, on various metrics like handling and all that, against other people's designs who were on the ride with you. And so, of course, you have some people who take this very seriously. Mostly those are small children, usually boys who like cars, not to gender
Or their
things.
dads.
Or their dads.
A lot of dads are very serious about
A lot of dads
cars.
are really into Test Track. Not to gender things. We're just we're saying what we observed.
The three college girls next to us have basically put together a skateboard with monster truck wheels, and it had so many pipes coming off the back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's finish talking about Test Track, and then let's fight this.
Yes.
Because we're going to focus on the boss. But
So yeah, some people take it like actually try to design a car that looks like it will do some things, and then some people make the most hideous monstrosity they can. And guess which group we were in?
it is beautiful.
I think it had flowers on it.
I would die for him.
It was pink and was very short and had gigantic wheels. And we were very proud of how he performed in the ride itself.
And then in the ride, yeah, you go through like, oh, this is the cornering bit, this is the accident avoidance bit, we're going to put you in a fake wind tunnel and have you see how energy efficient your design is. And there's a little screen in the car itself that you're in that's showing the results. And then there's the speed test at the end, which is
what everyone's on the ride
really
for.
great.
It goes like 70. We're coming, Vice.
Oh, you're fine.
You're just jealous because you weren't there.
And he probably is. I feel like he'd have a really good time at Disney World. And yeah, that's Test Track. That is the closest thing Epcot. That's one of the two things Epcot has that's kind of similar to a thrill ride. The other one of which I also won't go on, and you haven't either. But we'll talk about that in a second. We are above the clouds.
We'll talk about that next time because we're going to leave you hanging
We're
here.
going to fight this boss in a minute.
We're going to fight this boss.
You can watch it tomorrow. We're
Yep.
going to be, there could be a boss up there. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. Well, you probably know, and I actually know. But they don't know. But I've told them so they know. Bye!
Bye, guys.
Start to finish for Skies of Arcadia will return tomorrow. Thanks for watching.